in the range, can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing, how I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast, can I kick it? Even with a sprain, pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain, can I kick it? Things ain't been the same, things have changed, can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask, can I?
Hey, could count on my power, and look at my dogs from. It was way back then, could claim what you saw, but you weren't with us. The higher the climb, the harder the fall, but how did you get up? I done got rich and went broke, then got rich.
Well, you folks at home. Oh, and supposedly a few inches yet to fall here at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. Tonight we continue with Wild Card Weekend with what should be a great one between the Seattle Seahawks and the Philadelphia Eagles.
The kickoff for Seattle.
Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. This one taken just inside the 10. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Come on, boy! Come on!
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Watch the curve. Watch the curves.
Hey, 74. 74.
Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Marquise Goodwin, 72 yards. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game.
Philadelphia.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at the 20. First carry for Carlos Hyde. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. Eagles, you might remember, they met up in the wild card round a season ago. It's a night Philly fans could probably stand to forget. Carson Wentz exited early after just 4 passes thrown, and Josh McCown at 40 years of age brought in, but the Seahawks, they were too tough as they slugged out a 17-9 victory. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Here's Wilson to throw. And they will rally and stop him short of the 1st down. They get him to the ground at the 26. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 35-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On play action, Wentz. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, 35 yards. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, the last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Rashad Penny on the return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Stop your run. Hey, number 28, he's coming, check in.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. Overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And this returnable for Rager. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
9-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 42-yard line.
On 2nd and 7, Wentz. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Back deep, the dangerous Tyler Lockett. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10.
At their own 29-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 28-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch the twist. 14. Tempo. Hey, 0.
From the shotgun, Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And it's 3rd down.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
Here comes Rager. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
At their own 39-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Play action. Now Wentz. Man open. It's Goodwin. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 32 on the play.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, well, they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 on the Seahawks' 24-yard line.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And that's complete to Sanders. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Seahawks nothing.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Let's go, Greg. Hey, forward, Tokyo. 50, Mike, 50. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. All right, here we go. Hey, check Mike 50.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Bruce Irvin in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Wentz with a throw that's caught by Rager. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 2nd down, Hyde. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. But you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
To throw on third down, Wilson. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter somewhere. But it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10.
Around 27-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach, and we asked him.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Marquise Goodwin with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. And that stretches the lead to 27.
Makes the score Eagles 27. Seahawks.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Seahawks take over first and 25-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, first and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Bang out, bang out, bang, bang.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. He finds his running back, Hyde. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
4 down. Hey, number 28, Mike, he's coming. Check in.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. From the gun, a give to Hyde. And some room. Carlos Hyde, see you later. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Carlos Hyde, 58 yards. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. It's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Rager on the return. The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. But it'll be second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Wentz. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
42-yard line.
To throw, it's Wentz. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down inside the red zone past the Seattle 15.
I'm seeing a lot of hands on hips in that secondary, and I suspect a lot of mumbling under their breath as well, because this defense has had no answer for the passing game here in the first half.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 4 yards to go on 2nd down from the 7. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try to run with Sanders. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1.
No gain on the
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
How about that stand defensively? The sticks were moving against them. First down after first down was being piled up. They had driven all the way down the field, and then they ran into a wall on 3rd and goal. Nice job regrouping. Very impressive.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
At their own 21-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Operating from the gun, Wilson. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, 1st down Seahawks. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. He's at the 30, the 20, and he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. And we'll see if that pick six looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally, and you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up, and then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change.
Their own 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup, as we'll send you down the coast now to find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Carries into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
First and 10. At their own 24-yard line.
Take over now, first and 10 at their own 24. He gives it off to Carson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on second and 12. Here's Wilson. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Gain of 19 yards.
There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
On first down, Carson. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11. Second and 11 now.
Brings up second and 11 at the 40-yard line.
To throw is Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. From the gun, Wilson. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at the 40.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll run with Sanders. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 at the 32-yard line.
Now a carry for Sanders. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. Made his first. This now from 42 yards out. The kick by Elliott is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. On 1st down, Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. Tyler Lockett, 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 69 yards. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Well, look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good. Well, partner, since this new 2-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Deep ball for Goodwin, and that's caught inside the 35. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Marquise Goodwin saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Eagles continue to roll.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
Seahawks take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. 2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Flushed out right. His throw incomplete. Carlos Hyde was the target, and it's 3rd down.
Certainly appeared to read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. And a throw there going to be incomplete. And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 29-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Deep ball for Goodwin. That's caught inside the 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Marquise Goodwin, 67 yards. And the Eagles are pouring it on. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Darius Slay.
3rd quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again, Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 26. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles.
Jake Elliott on for the point.
This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
You ain't gonna burn me.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off around the 37. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you, and that may have been what happened there.
A first down carry by Sanders, well defensed as they'll hold him to just a couple. 2nd down coming up.
He was brought down at the 26. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll go again with Sanders. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line.
Brought down back at the 19.
That is Bruce Irvin using that speed to get in there and blow the play up. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And his kick is right through.
Eagles 67.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Rashad Penny on the return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are to be. Now the defense loses him. It's complete. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Carlos Hyde. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Seahawks are able to get a score back.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College. Not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And it's looking like they are going to get the victory here, and it will not be one and done in these playoffs. Of course, you remember the disappointment of 12 months ago, and they're trying to erase that memory right now. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Another run with Sanders. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Sanders, the ball carrier.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from blocking.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Marquise Goodwin. An 80-yard touchdown as his guys continue to pour it on. I love watching Goodwin play. Of course, everybody knows the story of him being an Olympian. He's a long jumper, right?
Yes.
But you know that he has that athleticism, that big playability.
He certainly does. And not only was he an Olympian as a long jumper, married to a sprinter. How about that for speed in one family? And I love his end zone celebrations now. When he does go deep and beat someone for a touchdown, now he does the long jump as his celebration. Pretty cool deal.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And at this point, maybe you say, you know, it was a good effort really just to make the playoffs. They couldn't win their division, but did earn a wild card berth. It does appear, however, that their season is just a few minutes away from it. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Brandon Graham, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And fantastic field position has them just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line of the red zone.
Over 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
There's the ball carrier.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. And the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Gain on the play brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now a give right side. It's Carson. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
At the 43-yard line.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He loses 4, and it brings up 4.
It's a loss of 4 yards. Brings up 4th down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This will be fielded at the 17. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. And they take a knee.